Today I have another veganized fast food classic for you all, the chicken fries from Burger King. These are actually pretty simple to make, just a little time intensive. So we're going to start off by making our egg replacer. This is the Bob's Red Mill egg replacer. You just mix it with water. This is going to help to bind in our vegan chicken. We're going to crumble up 1 block of super firm tofu. I like super firm tofu better because you don't have to press it and it has less water in it, so it'll bind quicker and easier, and we just can use less breadcrumbs, so it's a lot easier. Then we're going to add in a little bit of salt and pepper just for a little bit of flavor. We're going to add in a little bit of our breadcrumbs at first. We'll add in the rest later, and we're also going to add in that thickened up egg replacer. And then you're just going to let the food processor do its job, and I'm just going to pulse it for about 30 seconds to a minute until it kind of starts to break up. I noticed that there was some big clumps of tofu in there still, so I just broke those up with my hand and I added in the rest of my breadcrumbs. I like to add the breadcrumbs in slowly just because maybe I don't need as much, maybe I need a little more. It just gives me a better feel for the recipe as I'm going, so that's just why I like to add it in a little bit slower. So I'm just going to throw those back in there, and then we are going to pulse it again, and you're looking for the consistency of something really thick and uniform. You'll see it almost is like forming a little ball in there. That's what we want. So I practice and make sure I can roll it easily with my hands, and if I can, then we are good to go. I'm going to scoop about 1.5 tablespoons of our tofu mixture into my hand, and then I'm going to start by rolling it out into like a little thick log shape, and then from there I will roll it out into a thinner shape. You don't want to make it too thin because you don't want these to break, but just make it about 4 to 5 inches long and keep it pretty thin. I also kind of kept the edges rounded, and you're just going to repeat that until you make all of them. I made about 20 from this recipe, and your hands may get dirty in the process because of the tofu, so you may need to wash them. Pop these in the freezer for 15 minutes or longer, and then we're going to make our sauce. So I'm mixing ketchup, some maple syrup, some Dijon mustard, and vegan mayo to make a really delicious dipping sauce for our chicken fries. I think that Burger King doesn't really give one with it, like you just kind of dip ketchup in there, but I wanted to give us a little something fun, and this is delicious, like a little sweet, a little tangy. I gave it a taste and I just felt like it needed a touch more salt, so you can add more salt if you like. After our chicken fries have been frozen, it's ready and time to bread them. So I have my breadcrumbs here. I'm just going to mix up my seasonings. We have paprika, salt, black pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder, and I'm just going to mix them up into our breadcrumbs so everything is nice and seasoned. And then we have cornstarch, so we're going to first roll a little chicken fry in the cornstarch, and then we're going to dip it in some non-dairy milk. Make sure you use an unsweetened, unflavored. I like to use Ripple pea protein milk, it's my go-to milk, but use any non-dairy milk that you like. And then you're going to carefully coat it in the breadcrumbs and just kind of shake it around, pat it on. Make sure you get the ends of it as well. Just make sure it's really coated nicely and is good to go. Normally when I bread things, I try to have a dry hand and a wet hand, but honestly it's just a little bit difficult with this shape since it's so long. So just again, you might have to just wash your hands in between because otherwise everything just becomes too sticky and tacky. So you'll just repeat the process with all of them. It's easy, it's just a little tedious. If you have kids, this would be a great thing to get them involved in and to help you cook. And also make sure you don't make your chicken fries longer than what you have to dip them in. It was a little too big for the bowl, but that's fine. And these are all good to go. So then we're going to spray these with spray oil, and I'm now going to air fry them. They should still be pretty cold, but if you want to pop them back in the freezer before air frying them, you can. So I have a really nice big air fryer basket. I have 2 sides in there, so I put about 4 or 5 in each basket. Make sure they have nice space. Spray them again very generously, and then I'm going to air fry them at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. I started out with 15, but then it needed a few more minutes, so we did 20 minutes. If you want to bake these, you can, and if you would like to deep fry them, you can as well. And once they're all done, they should be golden and crispy and beautiful, and I'm just going to pop them on a plate, continue to air fry the rest of them. And the ones I didn't put in the air fryer at the same time, I put them back in the freezer, and then I am just spraying them again with a little more spray oil. Sometimes if they come out looking a little bit dry, it helps. And that's it. Now they're done and you can enjoy. I'm going to put them in this little cup with some parchment paper, try to make them a little fun, make a fun presentation, and then I'm going to pour my sauce into a little dipping cup, and that is it. Now you have these really yummy vegan chicken fries. They're so good. My mom, who is not vegan and who really honestly doesn't like tofu, took a bite and she was like, these are delicious. The texture on the inside is really, really good, and I just think these are fun, and I think you'll really love them. So everything you want to know is in the description box down below, or check out my blog post. If you like my videos, you already know. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're looking for more vegan fast food recommendations, check out this video. I'll see you guys soon with another recipe. Bye.